So for this video, I want to give a quick demo of our prototype, new prototype historic command center looking at our ambulances module, which is now being deployed. What we can see here, and what we're aiming to do here, unlike our real-time command center, which is refreshing every minute, this is only refreshing once at midnight, but is looking back over a longer period of time, unlike the command center, which is about here and now. So in this case, for the ambulances, we're looking back over the weeks and months of data we've collected from the London Ambulance Service website. And the first column aims just to show the arrivals per day. So on average, over our two sites, we've got 104 arrivals per day. And we can see those arrivals over the weeks and months of data we've collected by site. Down here as well, we can actually filter by site. And what that does is then filters the whole dashboard by that site. And again, so test 2, we can filter there as well. So that's all about how many ambulances are arriving, see if we can get a trend there. The second column is about handover time, which is a key performance metric for ambulances. So on average, you're getting a 33-minute handover time. And we can see that over the past few weeks, where we had a big outlier, a big problem during this time. And we can filter that by site to see where that problem happened. And it looks like here in test site 1. Down here we've got the outliers, so we can see on average we're getting a 33-minute handover time, but we did have outliers in over 400 minutes. So we had some ambulances that were taking over 400 minutes to hand over. So that's again just making you aware of the extreme cases that some of them are taken to that handover. On the third column we've got the average age of the patients, and then we've got the age profile split by gender. And below we've got the call received as. So when an ambulance arrives, we get a call received as. And this is then split to show you what's arriving by what problem. And we can filter by this. So for example, pandemic flu, which is COVID-19. We've had 301 arrivals. You can see the average handover time by date. You can see the arrivals by date. And you can see it's affecting majoritively male between 40 and 90, which would fit the profile. We can also filter by falls, which again, as you'd expect, is hitting 80 to 90-year-olds. And then if we look at sick person, you can see the age profile that's hitting, which is mainly fitting all age profiles, and especially 70-80-year-olds, which fits the profile. So you can see when I'm making the selection up here, if you're used to click sense, you can see as I'm making the selection, it's adding that to our selection pane, and I can keep on drilling into our data. To clear them all, you just click that button there to deselect. On the fourth and final column, it's all about data quality. So from the London Ambulance Service website, sometimes fields are missing and we don't have perfect data. So 96% of the time, we're getting the arrive time filled in, and 3% of the time, we're not. Below that we can see the percentage of time the diagnosis, or what we call call received as, was recorded. So you can see ideally it's 100% of the time we're getting a call received as, but not always. And you can see how that data quality has changed over time. So it started off a few weeks ago, at 80–90%, and has decreased. And again, we can filter by sites to see that share by site. We've also got percentage complete handover completed on the website, because what happens sometimes is on the ambulance service website is they drop off before they get handed over, the ambulance. So we can see that has really improved up to near 100% over the past few weeks. So that's a good sign it's going in the right direction. So that's just making us aware of the data quality that's coming in as well. If we want to export all this data, you can click the export button here, which moves you across to the export page, and then we can simply, we've got a full table, we can right click and export the data there. And we can go back by clicking home. Again, you can filter and then click export, and that allows you just a big dump load export the data. And there it is. So that is our proof of concept for the historic ambulance. We're hoping it's proven very useful to look at past trends and seeing how they change over time.